the talk show of True That. And along with your leading hosts, Brian Wunschnick and Star Johnson. We're also welcoming our local guests and musicians. That would be Jontan Hartfelt, along with his drummer, and that's also Mr. Steve Warman. We'll also be introducing a whole new capacity of universal live talk show, as well as live healthy lifestyle, and then along with our sponsors and contributors to the show. We want to explore things of healthy lifestyle, oneness, and entertainment, along with introducing some of our new relationships of community network services. And then I'll let my other leading host, Brian, take over now.
And we'll be talking about a healthy living lifestyle, offering recipes and things that you can do to have a home-cooked meal with the family and spend quality time in today's world. Where when I grew up, we had a traditional household where my mom got to stay home. We had a parent home when we came in, and we had meals around the table and that. And one thing we hope to do is give you some meal ideas that are nutritious, that will facilitate you being able to sit down around the family with parents or parent and ask, how was your day, what were you doing? Just the things that I had growing up that are kind of difficult today with two people working.
Exactly. And then also just interested in a lot of different components. We do have a new facility here, which is the Bella Marcia Entertainment Center. And they're also doing some wonderful new things with talent, as well as driving new community network services as well. So we want to do a shout out to them as well as a few other contributors.
And we have the overview of the show today, and then we're going to get started with the gentlemen who are writing our theme song. They're going to come up and talk for a minute with us about their involvement in the community and what they're doing in the music. And later on, for the TV show, we're going to transition and talk about the talent search that's going on here at the studio for local talent to grow. We have a talent scout coming up in the show later, who's going to be a call-in from California, who's a life coach and helps actors and actresses fulfill their dream, and working with them so that they can get with a reputable agent. And we're also going to have some, hopefully, medical professionals that are partnered with the show coming in as part of that healthy lifestyle today.
And also we have Natural Awakenings magazine, which is an exciting component for us. This is a universal wellness magazine that dedicates and focuses towards healthy lifestyle. We'll also have a call in from the senior writer that is out of Naples, Florida. So that'll be an exciting call for us.
Yes, and we're hoping to partner with them to give you those healthy lifestyle recipes and that. And as the chef, I'm going to be making those recipes now and again for you, and we'll have video of that and full how-tos. And we're keeping in mind that when you eat healthier, you think it costs expensive, and that's not necessarily true. And we're going to show you how to eat better, live better, and still maintain your budget.
Exactly. And then also, as I said before, we would like to also give a shout out to our food contributor and sponsors that we're working with in the downtown vicinity area. That would be our Premier Bread local cafe. Also our Cafe Regional Director, which is Abby Blossom. Her and the crew, they've done a wonderful job in doing a great job with our cafe spread that we have here in the studio.
And then also additionally, as part of the program, we know that finance and financial issues can be challenging, and in the coming shows, we're going to bring in a financial expert who's going to help us make a general budget to live by and give us some guidelines. And we'll have that on the TV show and on the podcast in upcoming future show. But we want to know that if you have any questions on that, we will be putting out an email at the end of the show so that you can ask your questions ahead of time for guests like that. And then I think we also may have a life coach coming on in the coming shows.
Yes, we have a couple of different life coaches, one with talent experience and then one also with psychotherapy. We also have some mentors coming towards us with career and higher educational aspects that we can also drive a more focused effort towards. And then also we're going to be speaking with a high-risk group that actually is about women's empowerment. That would be our Hamilton Southeastern Youth Womenhood's Empowerment Group. We'll be speaking with them. They'll be doing a wonderful segment for us also in the future.
Right. And additionally, we want to bring in community representatives that if you have a pressing issue within the community and want to input to the show, we want to have you on and give you a platform to reach the community and help with community initiatives. So throughout the coming shows, we will be bringing in community leaders of prominence and people just starting out and local business members that you may not know about that are in your community that are trying to make it a better place and be active.
And I think now it's time for us to introduce a new up-and-coming CD that we have that we'll be promoting for our local musicians here that are a part of our family and talk show. Again, it's Mr. Jatan Hartfeld, and then his wonderful drummer, who is Steve Warsaw. The song and the CD is titled A Songwriter's Point of View. And so if we can hear some music from that, that would be a wonderful thing for us to introduce and
Then maybe have you come up here so we can get a good mic and just talk to you for a second.
Sure.
Sure.
All right, take it away, gentlemen.
All righty.
like to for a minute, we'd like you to just come over to the mic so that we can ask you what you're doing, where you're performing and that. And that, after that, we'll close out, and when we come back from the break, we'll have Natural Awakenings chief editor on that. So what have you been performing in the community, or what do you do, or how did you even get started in music is a better question.
I got started in music close to, I would say close to a little over 30 years ago. I know I don't look it, but yeah. Wow, a little over 30 years ago. Grew up playing music at my grandfather's church. My mother was the minister of music, pianist, organist, singer. So I just kind of came up in a household full of music, and just kind of took place from there.
And then, so what do you do? Local clubs or churches, or what venues do you play at?
I'm currently, I've been playing the past, I'd say seven years at Sullivan Steakhouse. I've been the pianist there.
Alrighty.
I've played in various places such as Rick's, Boatyard, locally, but I did national things as well. I've written for a few TV shows, so I've also worked for a company in California. We do a lot of jingles for television and stuff like that. I signed on with them about 5 years ago.
And then I understand you have your own recording studio, and as part of the talent show, you're willing to look at that talent coming in and possibly help and mentor maybe?
Yes. That's something that I myself, and I also have my wonderful friend who hails from the city of New Orleans, Steve Warsaw.
Yes. Let's
Here.
bring him on over.
Yeah, Steve,
Let's
come
bring
on
him
up.
as well.
We'll get you in here. I'll move over.
So he and I, I've been playing over 20 years now here. We've been playing locally and nationally, and we've written some songs. We've actually got a project coming out, gospel project coming out, first quarter this year of 2018 coming up. And so we're staying active in the community. I also work with a few studios, and I also have my own personal studio, and I would love to see what other talent we have in this area.
Yes.
And our great.
Yeah, and we'd definitely like to bring you back on a future show when we can get some of the talent contestants in here to give them pointers, this, that, and help guide them for. I'm sure you went through some pitfalls starting everything.
Of course.
Maybe had some unscrupulous people try and take advantage of you because you're just starting out and
Yes.
you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and
Funny you say
Yes.
that. Actually, I'm going to do a seminar in 2018 on the industry.
This is
Teaching
wonderful.
people how the business of the industry, because so many artists get done really bad. Without knowing the business.
so maybe we can do a live segment and tape it and bring it into the show.
Yes, definitely. We would love to do that. And so, Steve, why don't you tell us some of the things that have influenced you in your world of entertainment and music? Indiana is just such a broad, gifted, nurturing, nest for entertainment within itself. And, whether it be sports or music or actors. I mean, we have a array of just wonderful talents that have came out of Indiana. And a lot of people aren't aware of that. And so, what kind of things have influenced you in your music career?
Well, I kind of started out myself probably about 15, 16 years ago, self-taught. Well, I kind of learned from a few people like Kenny Phelps, who's really known in the city. Did a lot of work with like Greg Bacon, Steve Wheatley, George Middleton, just to name a few.
Yes.
I also did some work with Mr. Peter White from here.
Okay.
My cousin has a big band album out with, his name is Rod Caesar. And we had Mr. Harry Connick Jr. on there, myself, Stanley Clark, and Peter White.
Wow, what a wonderful, whole spread of just talent. I mean, that's like a universe within itself, So this is a wonderful thing, and that just, says a lot of your character and your professionalism And so, what we're looking to, create a marriage here,
Yeah.
in any way that we
That's
possibly
right.
can to, help elevate the city, help elevate ourselves, bring, new engagement as well as, creating a new alliance to bring strong empowerment of excellence. That's what this show is all about, is creating excellence for the city. And we have the know-how to do it. I mean, it's just a matter of putting it into progression. So, we honor you, and we're just,
And we're thankful that you're able to do the theme song for us and make the appearance today. I mean, time is valuable, and we really appreciate you coming down and doing this for us. All right, when we come back, we're going to have Natural Awakenings magazine editor, the chief editor, on the phone, calling in from Florida. Had a little travel due to the holiday, couldn't be here for the show, but we're going to have a call in with her. And then we're going to talk about Maximize Living Health Center out of Fishers, Indiana. We're going to give them a little shout out. And then we'll talk about the Women's Empowerment Group when we come back from the commercial break. All right, welcome back. In just a moment, we're going to have Linda from Natural Awakenings magazine calling in to give us an update about the magazine and what she's doing and what this partnership can mean to all of us for the healthy living lifestyle on the food side.
Yes, and that will be coming to us here shortly from Naples, Florida. This is a wonderful engagement and also a good partnership for us with the magazine. That's a national magazine that's in circulation with 4 million readers as of now, and we want to help grow that publications out. They have some very, very valuable information that is not only valuable to my life and lifestyle, but to many others. And with this time being so stressful with the holiday season, they just have some wonderful articles that help put that all in balance and check. So we have a woman that is coming to us with just a deep gravity of wisdom as well as knowledge in the wellness industry. So we're looking forward to that relationship and continuing on with that. And in the meantime, once again, we are promoting the CD of our wonderful musicians here that are locally located and in-house, and we'll continue to bridge relationships with them in our future and moving forward with some success. Again, it's Mr. Jatan Hartfelt, along with his assistant and wonderful drummer, Steve Warsaw. Again, we're promoting the new CD, A Songwriter's Point of View. And I'm sure he does have a lot of information as far as his point of view is concerned. So I think we have our caller coming in now online, and we'll look forward to doing that.
Hello, Linda.
Hello, Linda.
Linda, can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us, Linda?
Way in the background, yes.
Okay.
Way in the background.
Well, give us a second.
Well, we're going to modify some things with our technology here, but we have our wonderful guest, Linda Seacrest from Natural Awakenings magazine.
Linda, can you hear us now okay?
I can't, it sounds like you're in 3 rooms away.
Okay,
Should I call back in?
yes, call back in. We'll fix the technical difficulty and we'll be right back with Linda.
I'm going to hang up and call back in.
All right, thank you.
Well, we just have one of those kinds of touchy-feely things happening. But
Just
we'll fix it.
welcome to the first show.
We'll fix it.
So while we're waiting for that, we found out we're going to have a guest. Unexpectedly was able to make it down for the Youth Women Empowerment Group.
Yes, and that would be Isis Johnson, and she'll be coming in just a moment into the studio and giving us some information on what they're doing to help create a strong support system for young women and empowering young women. So we'll look forward to having that conversation and move
Yeah.
forward rapidly.
Start now, we're ready for you.
Yes.
Okay, well, this is Wanda Secret, and I am the senior staff writer for Natural Awakenings as well as director of community outreach. And our magazine has been in print for 24 years. It was started in Natural Awakenings, was started in Naples, Florida by Karen Westman. She is the owner of the franchise company. We are a franchise publication now, but when she started, she just had one magazine, and it just grew and grew and grew. And today we have more than 80 publishers across the United States with 4.5 million readers. Our magazine is basically a healthy living, healthy planet magazine. And it is published in the Metro Indy area. Our corporate offices are located in Naples, Florida, and every month we send out a editorial package to all of our publishers. And that is the majority of the content that is published nationally. And then each of the local publications accumulate their local calendars, news briefs about what's going on in the community, local articles that are inserted then into the overall. We actually publish 9 different departments. So if you pick up a Natural Awakening magazine, and if you think of us like you think of a whole pie, and that whole pie would be a whole perspective, a whole life perspective on healthy living. So you're going to get things on healthy kids. Like this month in December, we published an article called Awake Parenting. We did body, which has anything to do with any form of exercise. This month was on championing holistic athletes with the new face of sports medicine, how it's more holistic. It looks at the whole body and the whole lifestyle around it. We have healing ways. Again, this month was on nutraceuticals. That's kind of a new word, nutraceuticals and medical food. Green living, natural pets, wise words, conscious eating, inspiration, and then whatever the feature happens to be. And the feature in December was on conflict resolution. Lord, doesn't our country need that now?
Yes, we do.
About how, yes, working to build bridges, how you actually speak to people and open doors instead of closing them. So you're building relationships. How to do that using the right language
And,
that doesn't off-put someone.
and then I wanted to ask you, on the nutritional side and the new medical term you just mentioned for food, are you talking like the superfoods, like acai berry, pomegranate, things like that, or?
No, in our, oftentimes in our healthy kids or our fit body or our green living, we do come in conscious eating. We have, like this month, we're on the benefits of eating citrus foods. But no, that article that I wrote on nutraceuticals, those are new words that many patients who are going to a functional medicine doctor they prescribe nutraceuticals, and they're mostly, they're sort of a step between pharmaceuticals and your superfoods, but it's all about healthy living, that it is they're
And
actually doing on the testing on. There is not in the capsule what is on the label.
right. And so basically, this goes back to the time of Socrates where he said, let thy medicine be my food and my food be thy medicine.
Yes.
And that,
So that's really what we try to teach people through. We're an educational magazine. So many of the health magazines that you pick up today, you read about 2 paragraphs into them, and then they're trying to sell you a product to buy that is good for this, that, or the other thing. We
Right.
are educational.
and on that point, I noticed reading through the magazine, me being a chef and local, that you have recipes in there that are simple
Yes.
and that people could follow, and they're, I'm guessing, price proportionate. Even though they're healthy, they're still reasonable to prepare for a family of 2 or 4.
I would think so. I mean, we're looking now, like this month, we had a recipe for shiitake mushrooms and pea risotto with orange. Risotto is not that expensive. That you throw, if you want to throw a little protein in that, you virtually have a solid meal. And there's a really great recipe for baby vegetables and microgreens with cherry London and bread. So, yes, we do try to include recipes in our magazine on a monthly basis.
And as part of the show, for the local publication here in Indy, would I be able to submit some recipes for the local edition? And do you do that with chefs around the country that are local in the community who would maybe want to support the magazine and the local community?
Well, we recommend, obviously, that the people who are in the local area contact their local magazine. So, Indianapolis, that's Kim Miller and Tiona Wright. Tiona is the publisher, and Kim is the co-publisher of that magazine. And so you can submit to their local magazine, and then if it's approved, then they would publish it in that particular local issue. And I just want to say, they have 30,000 readers in that metro Indy area. So that covers Marion County and all surrounding counties. And they also have, for people who might be listening to this and want to pick up a copy, they have about 300 distribution points where you can pick them up. The magazine is free.
Right.
So you can pick them up at all the Marion County public libraries. The Whole Foods Cafe carries them, as does Earth Fair, and the Vitamin Shop, plus the Market District and all the Kroger marketplaces. Plus, anybody who advertises in our magazine, any of the practitioners, health practitioners, or chiropractors, integrative medicine doctors, massage therapists, they all get copies of the magazine every month. The ones that I named, the Whole Foods Cafe and Earth Fair, that's some of the larger distributors.
Okay, we're running up against a hard break, but I wanted to ask you, is there going to be a digital publication that if I couldn't find it in a local store or library, that I might be able to access your website, that we can put it up?
Yeah, just type in Natural Awakenings Indianapolis, and it'll come up. We have a corporate website, but for your listeners, I think they'd be more interested in the local. But you can put in Natural Awakenings with an S, MAT.com, and you pull up the corporate. So just put in Natural Awakenings Indianapolis, and you will get your local edition.
All right, like I said, we're coming up against that break, and I thank you for your time. We'd love to have you back on a FaceTime or Skype for the TV show,
Yeah.
and we look forward to that in an upcoming show. But thank you for your time and the information. We'll do our best to let the general public here in Indiana know about the magazine.
And yes, Brian, also Linda, my sister, I wanted to welcome you to the show and thank you so much. And if you could give us just a few words of wisdom for our holiday season in 2018. If you could mention just a word of wisdom, we would appreciate that.
Well, I would think that 2 words, love and hope, because I think those are things that the world needs desperately right now. So, love your neighbor, and this is the season of goodwill and good cheer. And I think everybody gets into that mood. So, peace on earth to everyone with a safe and happy holiday.
All right. Thank you so much, Linda.
Look forward to talking to you again.
All righty.
All right, and congratulations on your first show.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Back to the Live Excellence Talk Show. We are waiting for Stephanie Lloyd to call in from California, but there's a little delay. So again, we'd like to thank our food provider, Panera Bread, for putting on a nice spread and taking care of us, making the 2 deliveries as requested. We'd just like to thank them again. And today, an unexpected guest came into the studio from the Women's Empowerment Group.
Hello, my name is Isis Johnson, and I go to Hamilton Southeastern High School, and I'm a junior, and I'm the founder and president of the Women's Empowerment Group.
So, my dear Isis, could you tell us a little bit about what the Women's Youth Empowerment Group, what it represents?
It's just really for girls to come out and just do a lot of volunteer work out in our community, but also a home and a place for girls to come together and just to really get the support and the foundation that they need in Hamilton County, but we're also branching out in schools in Marion County and possibly throughout Indiana by next year. But right now we're just in Hamilton County, and we're just really just trying to engage with communities and just get out there and show that, you know, women have power to do a lot of things. And it's not anything to like have protests or anything, or to show that women just have the world, but it's just to really show that we have some strength to change a lot of things in our world. So that's really what we're all about.
And do you have mentors that are helping provide that support for the group?
Yes, we have like our youth pastor, Joey, at Grace Christian Church in Fishers, Indiana. That's going to be across from Hamilton Southeastern High School. And we also have a lot of our deans on board at Hamilton Southeastern High School. And we're just really involved with all the teenagers at Hamilton Southeastern and Fishers.
And so will you be, aren't you engaging with also Kroger's grocery stores?
Yeah, we're also with Kroger grocery stores. They provide a lot of our food and dinners for our meetings, which our meetings are really a great 2-hour event. It's for all the girls in Hamilton County schools to come out. We go to Grace Church and we just have a lot of guest speakers and motivational speakers come out and talk to us and go into breakout groups and discuss basically about just about what we learned and how we can take that on with life. So that's really what we're doing at our meetings and getting to know other girls in our community.
And so you're championing each other, is that the term, championing each other? Well, that's a wonderful thing, and how many girls do you actually currently have active with the empowerment group?
Right now with just HSC, we have 88 girls, but in counting, we'll have about 202 girls at the end of the year.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a wonderful, initiative. So we're hoping that you all will become a friend to the show and build more of a deeper relationship, and we'll work with you on creating some segments and getting more involved in what you're doing in your community network services, along with Grace Christian Church and Kroger's grocery stores. I mean, I think that's a good fit. I mean, you definitely need guidance spiritually as well as food. Everybody needs food. So hopefully, everything will start moving into motion going into 2018. And so would you like to do a shout out to your girls?
So the girls on my board, we have Cherie and Christina, Sierra and Alexis, and Ava Allen. Ava Allen was really a big part of this project. She really helped me take ideas to a different level and bring them to life and bring this whole entire journey and experience, something that I've been wanting to do since 8th grade, to life. So this is really dedicated to a lot of girls at HSC, just from learning about their lives and learning about each other. And it was just time for a school to bring something to not only just, we have our singled out groups where we have Muslim groups, Black Student Union, we have track and field, things like that. We just wanted to bring just all the girls into one space and
an exclusivity to what you're wanting to do in the community as well as in the school.
And I believe we've got Stephanie Lloyd on the line right now.
This is good. Well, wonderful, Stephanie.
That's right. Hi, Brian, and hi, Star.
Well, hello there, my love, Stephanie. Well, we were just engaging just for a few moments with Isis Johnson, who happens to be my daughter, and we were expressing, a lot of thanks towards the womanhood empowerment group that she's created with her school system, and just learning a little bit more about how effective that would be in the network community services. And she's provided us with a lot of information as well as a good start in what she wants to get accomplished in creating this support system for young women and for them to champion one another, just like what you do with talent. How's that?
Oh, that's beautiful. Good. Star, just so you know, there's a little bit of an echo with you.
Okay.
So I'm trying to pick up on everything because I want to participate as well as possible here.
All righty. Well, hopefully we can get that cleared up and get some better reception.
Right. And
That sounds better. It sounds better already. Thank you.
This is good. This is good.
And Stephanie, earlier in the show we were talking about the talent search, and we were talking with our local musicians, and we found out one of them is going to be doing a seminar for musicians about the pitfalls and the dangers of pursuing a career in music, and then how to avoid that and how to become successful. And we know that you're a talent coach out in California, and that why don't you explain what you do for us to help young actors, actresses, people in the entertainment industry. What need do you fill?
Yes, I think, Brian, when it all comes down to it, my personal purpose in life is to help guide people to achieve their dreams, and I also encourage them to achieve their dreams. And now, what does that all mean? I think what all that means is, what is a realistic approach to all of this? I like to sort of go in a common sense way of asking a question to an actor, what is it that you want to achieve, and then how do we do that? And really, it breaks down to what most things in life break down to is making good choices in terms of the people you associate with.
Yes.
So, for example, in the long run, an actor needs to have a good agent to represent them. So then I like to help the actor know what it takes for them to attract an agent's interest. And so basically, when an actor comes to Hollywood, it's, again, common sense. Number one, you need to have an acting craft. You need to be developing your skills as an actor, your creativity. You need the basic things such as, understanding of audition techniques, character development, scene study, improvisation, which in my opinion is a real foundation for acting, because improvisation teaches you how to trust your reservoir of creativity. So, you need your acting skills. Why? Because an agent is a business person, and an agent needs talent that they know when you're representing that talent, and the talent goes on the audition, the actor has a real shot at getting the job. And the other thing that actors need to know, it's a real work ethic business. And Brian, I feel so grateful because I came to Hollywood as an outsider from a small town in Nebraska, and it was an advantage to me to figure out how things work from an outside point of view. Then I was so fortunate because then next I was able to become very close friends with some industry leaders, top agents with integrity, famous movie stars, directors, and all kinds of people in the industry. So, and then I also was hired to help with casting, commercials. And so I had been the insider's point of view. Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're still here. We're listening.
Okay, that's
We're
right.
listening.
So I have the opportunity to have the inside view on what makes us want to hire the actor for the job. So I'm able to help break things down to the actor, and everything too in this industry, like in any business, is integrity and having a work ethic, also being a team player. And I must say, what I love about the business is that the kind people, the team players, the people who love acting, who have their heart's desire in it, and really want to be there and contribute in so many ways. Those are the people who end up doing well. And so, So it's a very positive business when you approach it in a certain way and you stand true to yourself and you meet with the good people and you listen to your instincts, and if something is telling you that this isn't the level of person you want to be with, you just don't go any further. So just common sense things like that, Brian and Star.
And then Stephanie too, we also would like to know a little bit about what you do in your circulation and contributing to the arts, some of the things that you represent in being an alliance with helping evolve new talent. I know that you recently had mentioned to me that you were working with the Laguna Beach Theatrical Playhouse, and there are a couple other things that you were doing that were quite interesting.
Yeah, that's right. Laguna Beach has an excellent playhouse, the Laguna Beach Playhouse. So, for example, next month, Melanie Griffith is coming in to star in a show. And so we have some Tony Award-winning shows that come in and so forth. And I do work with the Playhouse also in a way that on a local level, some of the locals get, supporting roles. So I help coach them, and I volunteer time also to help with the Playhouse because it's so fabulous to have the arts in a community. It just adds so much dimension. I also am a member of a local organization called Women of Chapman, and we support Chapman University scholarships, particularly to the film school students. And Chapman, I'm proud to say, has the reputation nationally to be one of the top 3 film schools in the United States. And when these kids do their master projects, it's a very expensive thing to produce their final film. So the Women of Chapman offer money to these lovely young people to give them the financial backing, so that they can complete their film. And many of them have gone on to win national awards, so it's very heartening for me.
Well, this is just a wonderful thing, and understanding those marriages. And, due to this being our first live show, we've ran into a couple of hiccups, but we're moving along and trying to keep up the pace in our timing. And so what we would like to do, Stephanie, is to get your information and get it to the people, to circulate your contact information and just get you connected, and those that are interested in furthering their careers connected along with you. So I'll just let Brian, relate to that issue at hand, and then hopefully we're going to hear more from you in our future segments. And I just love you beyond the sun. I've had such a long relationship with you in a very positive and very motivating and spiritual way that we're looking forward to building a stronger alliance with you. So,
thank you, Star. It's such a privilege for me. Thank you. You and I, our professional relationship, our friendship, I think is a great example of, the fact that integrity and mutual respect, it just always works beautifully and works well. And so I'm really looking forward to, being of service to people to help their dreams come true. So thank you for everything.
Well,
This
thank
is fun
you.
for me.
Well, thank you for being a part of this first show, and then, we're going to just grow together and do some wonderful, splendid things. So we will be talking to you real soon, Stephanie. Thank you so much for calling in and giving us your blessing.
You're welcome.
All right, my love, I'll talk to you soon.
Great, looking forward. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Stephanie.
Happy holiday season.
All righty, and the same to you, love.